Hey Cancer, what's up? Welcome back to another Four Paths Healing Tarot message. We're just gonna let Spirit let us know what's up. See what messages need to come out. We're gonna start with some sacred oracle messages, and then we're going to refine it and clarify with some tarot out here. It's Sunday evening, so I'm going live. Not expecting too many folks to pop up. I would really be surprised if anyone pops in. And that's quite all right. We'll see what messages come up, but I'm going to start by space. Cancer, I hope you had a good week because we're about to go into another one. Okay. For Cancer. Thank you, God, Angel, Spirit Guides. For Cancer, please. God, Angel, Spirit Guides. Messages for Cancer, healing, loving messages for their wisdom, for their growth, for their expansion, for their clarity. Thank you, God, Angel, Spirit Guides. I didn't have intentions for these lives to go long today, but the last two were a little lengthy, so I'm not trying to keep you on here watching this too long. So I'll try to be mindful of that. Okay, thank you, God, Angel, Spirit Guides. For Cancer, I'm going to start with sacred oracle, sacred symbols. For Cancer, God, Angel, Spirit Guides, what do you want Cancer to know right now? What do they need to know? What do you want their attention on right now? Thank you, God, Angel, Spirit Guides. For Cancer, please. All right. Uh-oh, that's interesting. I have some trailer cards because the way they fell out, spiritual cleansing, stormy, going through something that feels a little bit rocky right now, but you have the ability to ground. This feels like Spirit wants you to ground through the storm, okay? Sometimes the storms happen for that reason, is to learn how to ground and be unshakable no matter what's happening around us. Affluence out here, the ability, you have a gift and a skill. This also feels like someone around you now. And then karmic path. If you feel alone right now and what you're going through, it's for a reason. You're never alone. But if it feels very rocky and stormy right now, it's because something is being reshaped for you. But we're going to get some more out here. That felt like a trailer, the way that they kind of popped out together like that. This deck is fairly new, so still getting them used to my energy. For Cancer, please. Thank you, God, Angel, Spirit Guides. Affluence. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who has an amazing talent, gift, thinking about it, wanting to use it, can bring great affluence, wealth, abundance. Someone's thinking about how to create wealth and abundance right now. We have death out here, some change. With the 9, so it's the number 36. I'll show you in just a moment. You have the power, okay? We'll get more out here. Talisman, the key. You have some type of understanding, wisdom, gift, power And you have an option to use that. It restores power. And then beneath the deck, stormy out here again. Don't be distracted by the storm. Whatever this is, everything feeling like it's coming down all at once. Water helps to grow things. Without the changing of the season, things would just stay the same, but we have to go through these seasons in our life and our journey. So the storm, and then also it being on water, this feels like you, Cancer. You know how to, you have the power to ride this wave. Okay, you have the power. Your power is the key. That is the talisman. But ushering change, it's like this storm right now that you're going through or you're working through or that you're fearful of is the key in some way. It's something through this storm that's teaching you about your true power. Death out here popped out first. It's transformation. This is a lot of transformation, change, energy. That something is being rocked up, shaken up for a reason. Boundaries and shift. Okay. You may have been dealing with something for so long or handling something for so long in a certain way. And whether we'll see, I'm seeing in my mind's eye the tower, whether you decided to make something change or spirit was like, okay, enough of this, and something began to shift, it's because it's time and there's something within you that needs to be activated or recently has been activated. And because this new part of you is emerging, new desire, new ability, new self-trust, because that's happening, Cancer, it probably feels incredibly rocky in the midst of changing timelines. You are in the midst of moving on to a new experience, a new chapter of your essence, okay? It's going to take some courage, but whatever this is that you're working through, we'll get some cards out here in a moment, it cannot take your power. You have the power. You hold the key. This is really important for you to know. I also want to say that it's how you decide to shift. It's how you decide to use your power, which is your key, and to go into a new chapter. It's how you decide to do that. That's going to show you your own power. The timing to which you start moving into the prosperity and abundance that you want. But there is something that has to change. If you're feeling some type of block, it's because it's time for something, some behavior, mindset, belief to kind of go away from you, to fall away from you. Some of you made the decision to make a change, let something fall away, a relationship go away, a change out of career, an action related to your health, your wellness. And that is the reason why the storm is happening. Because you decided to shake some things up. All right. Let's get some tarot out here. God, angel, spirit guides for Cancer, please. You decided to shake some things up. Boundaries are going to be really important for you. It feels like you have to hear and be very observant with everything that's happening. It's informing you about something. God, angel, spirit guides, tell me more. What is Cancer moving away from? Recent past for Cancer. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Recent past for Cancer. Feels like something that, it feels like something that challenged your sense of confidence with the strength turned to the side. Some Leo energy, overextending yourself, almost to the point where you are bending yourself out of shape, out of character. Possibly for the sake of being independent, having the luxury that you want and desire, maybe even sacrificing your sense of independence for the sake of overextending, helping someone else, wanting to pull something together. This journey felt new in the past. You overextending yourself, maybe kind of coming out of your own character. That was kind of a new thing. But something about that was out of sync with your higher purpose, your higher calling, your higher choices, and them being available to you. Choice here. You made the choice to carry on despite, in some way, not feeling in alignment with yourself. That's what this feels like in your recent past. Not really trusting self. Not really trusting yourself. This feels like a reading, Cancer, about in some way giving your power away in the past. That's what you're working through. And I'm speaking to someone here. Such a deep reading. Thank you, God. I'm speaking to someone here who is going through a stormy time right now, because it's almost like you're doing the courageous work of letting this ride out. It's like you kind of know that, all right, I understand, what choice I made that led to this. I understand this principle and idea of cause and effect. So I'm in the storm. But now I have power and I have wisdom and I have knowledge with the boundaries here. Now you know. So that's recent past. It's Cancer working through right now. For Cancer, please. What is Cancer working through right now? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. For Cancer, please. What else? Yeah. Cancer. Beneath the deck. You are feeling right now a nudge to move into action, to put something into action, to try something. It's like with you. It's like you know that something needs to change. You want something to change, and it feels like Spirit is affirming for you that you can have the change that you want. It's going to require some inspired action. Okay? Now, God, angel, spirit guides, help me to describe this. I say this tenderly, but I do read reversals because just traditionally, that's how I've always read it. So, Six of Wands in reverse. So this feels like someone around you, or you, Cancer, you're working through something where you have a choice about if you're going to get through the storm to prove to someone else that you could do it. Okay? Working overtime to show someone else what you're made of, or working through, you have a choice. But it feels like this feels like a caution reading right now, Cancer, that to not go down the path, to not choose the door and use your power for anything that is not in your divine being, in your divine understanding. Whatever you are building, working on, saying, activating, it just feels like right now, this is a very fragile time. So instant gratification is not going to get it. Shortcuts is not going to get it. And maybe that's what I'm channeling, is that you know this. You know shortcuts is not going to get it. You know doing something just to get the glory from other people is not important. To challenge systems, right? Just because you can. Because it feels like at the root of this, there's a lot of passion. There may have been people at work that you work with, some type of team, group of people, classmates, colleagues, teammates in some way. Could be related to sports, a sports team. This feels like caution not to use your power for self-gain. Okay? With the talisman here. There may even be someone in this team that is kind of being like, hey, be conscious about why you're doing this. You get to have, you have an opportunity to do something bigger and greater that serves a higher and deeper purpose. Maybe you've been passed over. Maybe someone hasn't noticed your ability. Maybe someone has not, in some type of, it feels like some type of system group. And maybe that has been hard on you, Cancer, and it is right now. But this feels like you really must stay tapped into your integrity right now for the sake of others. Yeah, it's very important right now. But you do still feel overextended. You feel overworked. And maybe that is kind of the kettle feeling that I'm sensing with you. You feeling kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm doing all of this. I'm sacrificing. And it's almost like, Cancer, you don't know if people are intentionally looking you over or intentionally challenging your boundaries. But it just kind of feels like there's some change happening. You have the power, but it's a quiet power. This is a very interesting reading. Thank you, God, Angel, Spirit Guides. What do you want, Cancer, to know moving forward? There are some people around you, Cancer, that you probably can't trust, okay? And you likely will come to find out who this is or who they are if you have not understood that. But there likely is someone around you, Cancer, that may have had other agendas. They share with you what they want and who they are, but there's some other working idea, desire in the background. You probably know who this is. And if you don't, you're going to find out. And if there's someone who is intentionally getting in the way of you progressing initiating the storm, confusing you, whoever's trying to put out your light, make things harder for you, you're probably going to figure out who this is, and it's probably going to be hard to recognize or just accept this, something that likely will be revealed to you that you're not aware of right now. Cancer, if this is work or relationship, this feels like you're about to make a decision to move on and walk away because something is just a little bit too much for you. Or spirit kind of giving you the nudge that it's okay to move on. There's an offer, a chance at a new opportunity, new beginning. It feels like this gradual change and shift into abundance, opportunity begins to happen because of you paying attention to your heart and walking away from any dynamic that makes you feel like you have to rearrange or compromise your integrity. Walking on from that, moving on from that, taking action to build resources, finances, home, life, health, healing, the things in the world in a way that actually feels right to you, to expand yourself out of whatever this was. And then beneath this 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, moving on, reluctant to do so. If you haven't done this, you're thinking about it soon, or you're likely going to do it because it's something likely is going to take place or unfold. An offer might come through. You just might get information about what this has really been about, and it's going to be undeniable. And so you're going to do your part to have the healthy mind and body that you desire. All right, Cancer, that's a really deep message. I love you. I hope you are well in the world, and I hope I get to see you next week in another 4 Paths Healing Tarot message. Take care. Bye.